Okay, so good morning everyone. Today yesterday we have talked about exercise 5A. So now we are going to start exercise 5B. So just see it, okay? Now you see that this question what it says. Rishmi had 10 oranges. She gave 4 oranges to Amar. What fraction of the oranges did she give to Amar? Write this fraction as decimal number. That means some amount of oranges Rishmi had. So you just write like this, that solution, number of oranges Rishmi had. So how many oranges were there? It was 10 oranges. So 4 oranges she gave to Amar. So write number of oranges were given to Amar. So how many it was? There were 4. So we have written like this. Now what we have to do? We have to make it in a fraction, isn't it? So just convert it. So therefore the required fraction is. So what I have told you in the last class, that the whatever total number things it will be there, it will be in the denominator. So number of oranges Rashmi had, it was 10. So we are going to write 10 in the denominator. And what number of oranges were given to Amar? It was 4. So we are going to write 4 in the numerator. So now what we have to do? We have to convert this fraction into decimal also. So I think you remember our last class, that what I have told you, whenever we want to convert a fraction into a decimal number, you have to see that how many zeros are there in the denominator, isn't it? So this can be written as, you see that there were 1 0 only. So how we are going to convert this one? We are going to write upper part, that means numerator directly, and after that we have to see that how many zeros are present in the denominator. So you see there is only 1 0 is present. So that means if 1 0 is present, that means the decimal should be in the left side from the, that means whatever 4 is present, no? So decimal will be only before one number, because only 1 0 is present. So you have to give decimal before one number. If there were 2 zeros present, so you have to give decimal before 2 numbers, isn't it? So if there is only one number present, you can see that it is 10 only. So that means we have to give decimal only before one number, that is 4, and we are going to give decimal here 1. And before that no number is present, so you can put one whole number, 0 is there. So you see that this is now converted into fraction, that is equal to what? 4 by 10, and it is also converted into a decimal, that is equal to 0.4. So I think you have got the idea of this question. Next we are going to copy. You can copy the next question, right? Okay, so students, you see, as we have done question number 1, now we are going to do about question number 2. What it says, that Abhilasha had 100 beads. She lost 25 beads. What fraction of the beads were lost by her? Write this fraction in decimal form. This is very simple question. What we have to do, that the total number of beads were 100. You have to write like this. So start writing that total number of beads. You write total number of beads. How many were there? There were 100 beads. Okay. Now you see, she lost 25 beads from it. So you write number of beads lost. Okay. So how many were lost? It was only 25. So now what we have to do? We have just to convert it into fraction. So it is very simple. As we have did in the earlier question. You see what we have to do? Therefore the required fraction, you see the required fraction, sorry. Now you write that in the denominator what we have to do? We have to write the complete number, that means the whole number of bits. So it was what? 100 bits were there. So in the denominator I have written it is 100. Now what we have to do? We have to write in the numerator the lost one. So there were 25 bits were lost. So I have written how many? 25 by 100, isn't it? Now what we can do? We can convert this one into decimal form, which is in the question also, that write this fraction in decimal form. So we are going to convert this in decimal form also. Now how we are going to convert? What I have told you to do? Numerator write as it is. Directly we have written Now what you have to see? You have to see in denominator that how many numbers of zeros are present. There were two zeros are present now. That means the decimal should be before two number. So you see how many numbers are there? 1, 2. So that means I have put decimal before two numbers, and we have to make one whole number also there. So I have put 0 is there. So I think this question is completed also. You see that again I am repeating, total number of bits were there 100. Number of bits lost, it was exactly what, 25. So the required fraction is 25 by 100. So again you see that how many zeros are present? Two zeros are present. I have written 25 directly from here, and since two zeros were present, so I have put decimal before two number. You see 5 and 2, and we have written one decimal here, and before that number no number can be written, so I have put 1 0 that is as a whole number, that is 0.25. Okay, so I think this one you have got it. Now we are getting into the next exercise. Now you see exercise 5c. What it says in the first question, write the following as decimals. Now you can see that these are the numbers are present exactly. They are in the form of mixed fractions, isn't it? That we have done, that we have did in the our chapter like fraction 1. We got like these questions. Now we have to convert these mixed fractions into decimals. Okay, so don't be panicked. This is very easy. Now we are going to understand about it, how we are going to do it. Okay, so now you see, first of all what you have to do, there were two parts you can see. One part, that is the whole number, that is this one, and other part you will get, this is the fraction one, isn't it? So what we have to do, this whole number part, no, this part you can write it directly, write it as 7, and after that this number and this fraction are in the addition form, so you can give one plus sign here. After that what we have to do, as I have taught you in the earlier exercise, how we are going to convert a fraction into a decimal, you have to apply that formula only. Now you see that just consider this as 2 by 10. Suppose 7 is not here, as we have written it here, we just separated it. Now 2 by 10 can be written as, because there in the upper part you can write it directly 2. How many zeros are there in the downside? In the denominator it is 10, that means only 1 0 is present. So we can give 1 0 to the left of the number. So you see that one decimal can be written. We have written one decimal here, and you can put one whole number as a 0 because no number is present. So now 7 can be written as directly 7. 2 by 10 can be written as 0.2, isn't it? Because there is only 1 0 that is present. So we have written 2 directly, and because of that the 1 0 was present, we can give the decimal before one number, and that's it. Now 7 plus 0.2, it can be written as directly 7.2. So you see that 7 2 by 10 is totally converted into what? 7.2. Anything? If you have doubt, you ask me. Okay. Now you see, again we are going to do our next question that I have picked C. Any question you can pick it out. So you see that how we are going to do question number 2. C, sorry. So 7 upon 100, it can be written the same way, but there is only one change is here. You will be able to see. So first of all, 2, this 2 was in a whole number part, so it can be written directly. We are going to give one plus sign here. Again you see, look, this 7 by 100 we have to convert it into what? Decimal form. So first of all, what I told you, that write the numerator directly as it is. So I have written 7 directly. So now you see that we have to see the number of zeros that are present in the downside. You see how many zeros are there? There are 2 zeros, no? Can you see that in 100 2 zeros are present? So we have to give decimal before 2 number. But I can see there is only one number, 7 is present. So are there any 2 numbers are present? No, there are no 2 numbers. So we have to make it 2 numbers. So 7, one number is there. I will give 1 0 to make it 2. You see that 7 was there only, and since 2 zeros were there in the denominator, and we have to give decimal before 2 number, so because only 7 was present, that was I have added 1 0 extra here, so that now I can put this 0 with this decimal here, and I have made. Now you see that this 7 was only one number, so I have written, since 2 zeros were there and I have to make it 2 numbers, so 7 and 0 I have made. From before that number, you cannot put 0 after 7. You always have to give 0 before the number. So 7 0 7 I have written, and after that I have put decimal here because there were 2 numbers. So you see that rule that we have followed earlier, it is satisfied here, that before two numbers I have put decimal here. Now you can add it directly. 2 plus 0.07, it can written directly 2 and 0.07. Okay, so I hope this one is clear for you. Now we are getting into our next question, question number H. You see it here, how we are going to do it. You see that again 86 can be written directly. So I have written 86 directly. Okay. After that, what we have to give? We have to give one addition sign, one plus sign here. You see 999, it was there. So I have written 999 directly. Now what I have to do? Just we have to see that how many zeros is present in the denominator. So you see there are 3 zeros present. 1, 2, 3. So it is there 1, 2, 3. 3 numbers are there. We don't have to give extra 0 here because there was only 3 zeros are present and there are upon 3 numbers are also there. So we will put one decimal here and it is finished. Now you just add it 86.999. It will be like this. So I hope this one is clear for you. Okay, if you have any doubt, you ask me. Now we are going to do question number 2. Just copy that. Okay, so students, you see that in this question what it says, write the place value of the color digit in each of the following. So some of the questions are given here and we have to write the place values of this one. But the thing is that you all are imagining that we have to write the place values. These are as it is that we have done in the earlier classes. No, that is not like this. Okay, so what is the difference exactly there? So you can see the difference is that the numbers are not only before decimal, that it is not like only 73. The numbers are always in the right, also in the right side. You see decimal is there and 96 it is written, decimal is there and 008 it is written, and decimal is there is 792 and written. So how we are actually going to write the place values that the numbers are present after the decimal numbers, okay, that are exactly not like as we have did in earlier questions. Okay, so how are you going to do, or what formula you will apply it here? So I'm just, before doing this all these questions, I'm just going to show you one example here so that it will be very easy for you. Suppose I'm taking any number that is 578.234. Suppose I have written like this. Okay, so what is the place values of all the numbers presented here? I'm going to show you first. So you see that before the decimal, these are very easy to write because this 8 is present in the ones place as we have written from the earlier classes 2, 3, 4. So I am going to write like this. You see, it can be written as what? 8 ones, or simply it can be written as 8. Okay, so now next one, you see this 7 is the tens place, so it can be written as what? 7 tens, or simply you can say it is what? 7 zeros, 70. Again this 5 is what? Ones, tens, hundreds place, so it can be said simply as what? 5 hundreds, or what? 500. It can be written like this in numerical form. Now what about these questions that the decimals after 2, 3 and 4, these numbers, how they are going to write? Okay, so this is the big problem about it. So don't have to be panic about it. This is very simple. Okay, how we are going to show you? You see that after decimal first number, it will be always known as tens. Okay, so it can be written as what? 2 TENTHS, 2 tens. Why it is 2 tens? Because after decimal there is only one number present, no? So I have said you that 0.2 it can be written as what? 2, and this point and 2 only one number is present, that means it can be written like 2 by 10. So that's why it is what? 2 tens. So that means 2 and in the denominator it will be what? 10. So that is the value about it. Okay. Now again you see this 3, it can be written as what? So after tens, hundredths will come. So it is 3 hundredths. 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 So it can be written as 3 by 100. Okay. So now about next question, you see next part. Again this 4 can be written directly as what? 4 after hundreds, first one is known as tens, this one is known as hundreds, and last one it will be known as what? Thousands. So 4,000s. Always remember THS, you have to keep in mind. If you are going to write 4,000, that will be totally imperfect, incorrect. So what we are going to do, THS, it is very much. So you are going to write 4 and it was thousands, no? So it will be written upon 1000. Okay. So this is the simple one that we have to write it. Okay, you see that write the phrase value of the color digit in each of the following. As I said you, given you one example for it. Now the questions that we are going to do it. Okay, so we have to write the what phrase value of only 9 here. So you see that the thing is that it is in the right side of what decimal. So you see that the next to the decimal number, that is what 9 is present. So this place is always remembers. Just remember that what I said you, it is what tens place. So it can be said is what, it can be said as right solution 9 tens, TENTHS, or it can be said since it was tens, so that means what 9 upon 10. Got it? Next you see that this one right solution here. Again it can be, it is in which place? The first one, that is known as a tens, second one it is known as hundreds, third one it is known as what, thousands. So it can be written as 8,000s, 8,000s, DTHS. Okay, so or you can write 8, since it was thousands, so 8 upon 1000. Got it? So again you see next question, question number H. It can be written as what? This was 9. First one, that is known as tens. Another one, that is known as what? Tens. This one tens, hundreds and thousands. So it can be said as what? 9 hundreds. DREDTHS. 9 hundreds, or it can be written 9 upon 100. So I think you have got the idea of this question number 2. In the next part that we are going to do question number 3. Question number 3, what it says, write the following decimals in words. So we have to write these decimals in words. So there are 2 ways to do it. Okay, so what are the 2 ways? You just see this 9.8, this can be written in 2 ways. First way that I am going to write it, that it can be said as 9, N-I-N-E, 9. And you look, 8 is in which place? 8 is in tens place, so it can be read as 9 and 8, EIGHT, 8, tens, TENTHS. Got it? So this is the first way that we are going to write. Okay, what is the next way that we are going to write? The next way is, or it can be write as 9 simply, 9.8, EIGHT. Okay, it can be read like this also. So in both the ways, I prefer this one to write, but in both the ways you will be getting some of the books or in some of the places that wherever we are going to talk about. Next question, you see that it is 17.375 which is written. So first way, that is, it can be simply written like this, 17.375, or it can be written as 17 and 375 375 what? You see which place is the most one? Tens, hundreds and thousands. So we have to write 375 thousands. DTHS, thousands. Okay, or it can be simply written as I said you, that 17.375. In both the ways you can write. So you see, first of all, 17 was there, 17 put end because there were decimal and we have to break it. 375, you can write or you cannot write also end here. So I just don't want that you all write, because this 375 we are putting it together. So 17 is there, 17 and 375. So 375 we have written. So as they are in the right side of the decimal point, so you see the which one is the maximum value, maximum place, tens, hundreds and thousands. So it can be written as 17 and 375 thousands. Okay. So if you have doubt in this question, Again I have choose one question like this, it will be clear in this one. Okay, so you see that before decimal we don't have anything big problem about it. So you see it can be written as 389. So you write 389 and we have to break it. And now you see this can be written as 744, but which places the maximum value? Tens, hundreds and thousands. So what we have to do? 389 and 744 44 what? Which is the 744 place? Thousands. So we have to write 44 thousands. This is very important. Okay, thousands, DTHs. Got it? So I think you have got the idea of this question. Again I am repeating once again. You see 389, we can write 389 directly. These decimals we have to break it down and we have broken it into n. Again 744 you can write is like this, 744 you can also like this. 744 we have written, and which is the maximum value? Tens, hundreds and thousands. So it can be recited as 744 thousands. Okay, so students, I think we have completed exercise 5C and hope you all have understood this also. In the next video we are going to talk about exercise 5D.